9, 8.
You're watching Experience Comic Culture and Sales, streaming live daily to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter.
2, 1.
Hey, good to see you guys. Oh my gosh. I don't know what show I was watching. I think it was one of Henri's the other day, but I made some jokes about Canadians, and there's Jay Burns bringing it right back again. I love you, Jay. You're the man. Oh, you got me laughing, and we just started. It's great. It was Henri's show. That's what I thought. I don't know what it is. I love to pop in randomly to all the shows on the EXP and check them out. And I know that sounds like I'm like, you know, I'm trying to advertise our own network, but honestly, there's a lot of really good shows, and there's so many shows. Like Wendy, how many of the shows have you seen on the EXP? Yeah, like how many? Right? Well, and there's tons of really cool people out there. So I just, because I'm what's up, Eddie? Good to see you, man. Because I'm subbed, you know, I'll see them pop up, and I'm like, yeah, screw it, I'm gonna go check it out, and it's always a fun time. I mean, even like we're based around entertainment. A lot of these they're trying to sell, but they're still very entertaining. So yeah, I have a good time. Speaking of entertaining, we have what's going on, Wendy?
I can't chat. For some reason my computer is not being recognized by Google.
You know,
so I can't sign into anything.
I'm gonna hold off my swear word for the very end, like normal. But Wendy has had a bad effing day today, and
I can't get into anything.
She couldn't even get into her computer because she forgot her password for a bit there. Luckily, she's in, but you're still gonna be able to help with.
Signed me out of Google and everything.
Are you gonna be able to help with trivia?
Well, yeah. I mean, I can talk. I can't chat.
Okay. Well, you can talk through here.
Yes.
Okay.
So
cool.
hi, Eddie.
She's a keeper, folks. All right, but you know what? We're here to entertain. We're here to have a great time, and we have a really cool guest today. First-time comic creator, and I believe he's also working on a novel. I love chatting with newbies because I was one once too, believe it or not. And so it's always nice to be able to kind of have them on and chat and see what they're working on. I love new blood. What can I say? So Jay says, I hope the day gets better for you, Wendy.
Thank you.
Oh, she's able to read. Okay, good.
Yeah, I can read. I just can't actually chat because it says it wants me to log in and I can't.
You're having such a bad day and you've forgotten so many passwords and stuff. I thought maybe you forgot like the alphabet. Like it's
Not
possible. Not yet. Yeah, well, give it an hour or two. But you know what? Enough of us screwing around. I'm excited to sit down and chat with Mark Bateman, see what he's got for us. Let's do it right now.
You'll make this rather snappy, won't you? I have some very heavy thinking to do before 10 o'clock.
Mark, what's up, man?
How are you? Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
I'm so excited. Seriously, I love chatting with new people. I love just because there's something special about someone who's coming into this medium with eyes wide open, super excited for what new things are going to happen. So I love being able to chat. What's going on? Like, tell us all a little bit about you.
Well, first of all, I want to say, Wendy, I'm sorry you're having a bad day.
Oh,
thank you.
So I launched a Kickstarter campaign for my comic book project Valhalla just last month. It's actually got 1 week left and at 98% funded. So right now we're really working towards our stretch goals, which I'm super excited about. Project Valhalla. I'm 53. I'm not such a youngin in the world, but I started writing this comic book when I was 12 years old. So it's been in my brain, mulling and reverberating and whatever else for all that time. Basically, what happened is my parents gave me this role-playing game. It was like a Marvel Comics universe role-playing game, like D&D. I didn't really like, if it was a Christmas present, I didn't really like the actual game itself, but it allowed me to start making characters. And that's kind of how it all started. I started creating all these characters and getting really in-depth background stories on them, kind of like creating in my mind like really fully formed characters that then I put into this comic book. And it changed. I mean, as a 12-year-old, what you find appealing and what you think is enjoyable is a lot different than it became. But it really was my escape from middle school, high school years. It was like that imaginary world that I would go into.
Yeah.
And I kept it all to myself. And I think that was one of the reasons why it's taken so long for me to get to this point, because it was my safe place for so long that sharing it is not easy, and I want to pretend like that's not the case, but it's really true. And so basically I worked on it for years and years, and then it ended up being in my parents' attic for years and years. And so in 2009, my mom passed away, and we had to sell my parents' house. And going through the stuff, I found the box filled with all the Project Valhalla stuff. And I just started to look through it. I found, I had tons and tons of things that I have it so long. I have everything from notebooks to like hard disks and for my computer and everything. But I started going through it, and I started using the things that I love, the influences that I've had as a fan of science fiction, comic books, of course, and fantasy, and just started to meld a story that's I don't know, I'm really proud of now. And it was just sitting there, and I'm not an artist per se. I'm a writer, so I didn't really know what to do about it. And then I was lucky enough to just go on a Facebook page, and I met Joe DeSantis, who really helped me create these characters, like bring these characters that have been in my brain for 30 years or whatever, and bring them to life. And so I created the comic book, the first one at first time. And, I realized that even though I had it, I needed, it was so close to me that I realized I had to get an editor on board. So that's how I met Aaron Dowan, who came and did it for me. And then the three of us have just been working together to get it done. And they've been fantastic with getting this whole Kickstarter program going and everything else. So.
Do me a favor, send some love to Joe, because Joe DeSantos and I actually worked together on a book. I was the editor and he was the artist for a book called The Comic, which was hilarious and so much fun.
Yeah. And
loved working with him. Such a good dude. So yeah, send him some love from me. You've got a great team there. Like
I do. Yeah.
Even though your choice of editor, you could have picked a better guy, but Aaron is a great second place. no, honestly, Aaron's such a good dude. I like him, and he was nice enough to be like, "Hey, man, I got this guy. Is there something you could do?" And I was like, "Absolutely." And like I said, I love chatting with new people, so this was perfect for me. I'm so excited. So, what are the big changes you would say that adult Mark had to make to these characters and to this story upon looking at them again after so many years?
That's actually a really good question. When I looked at it in the beginning, it was very much the way that entertainment was being presented in general, which is, 22 minutes, problem solved, let's move on. And then never do you think about the previous episode, right? And I think what happened was I started to realize that, stories about good guys fighting bad guys is really exciting and fun. Watching superheroes battle each other is super fun, but it needs to have something that makes them have a real reason for doing it. And so what I did was I changed it and I made it a mystery. So the basic concept of Project Valhalla is that there's 7 different individual characters who keep getting a reoccurring dream of a woman made of stars. And they kind of all write it off in the beginning. But then eventually it kind of imprints a a homing signal that brings them to Arlington Cemetery, where they find a grave with a woman who's been dead since World War II. And one of the characters is a telepath, and his name is Scion. And he realizes that the body is not actually dead. And when they exhume her, she has absolutely no idea of what's going on. And so really that's where it comes from. So the whole reason they come together as a team is to figure out why they were actually brought to that cemetery in the first place. And so the very first episode lands them in that situation. But then one of the characters, Condor, he ends up coming and informing all of them that where he's from, his city, is under control of his father, who's been driven mad, and he's and you'll see from some of these images in here, and so that I've sent you, if you post them up, that basically he's going to they go there to try to free the city and save his people. And so it's the first episode, or issue, I should say, is an origin story, but it's also got the fun and the excitement and the battle and all that stuff. So I tried to get it all in there, but really I would say that I changed it from being like good guy fights bad guy to a saga.
So that's cool, dude. I love that idea. Tell us about the character that changed the most, and tell us about the character that changed the least from your first designs.
So it's funny, when you're 12 years old, you have names like Kinetic Man, and you think that's really cool. And like, the Huntress, which is, of course, there's got to be a Huntress in every single person's comic book, so it's not an original name. But I would say and then one was called the Enforcer. And I would say that probably the Enforcer, who went from being like a teenage kid with kind of power similar to maybe Quasar or Green Lantern, he ended up becoming like an extraterrestrial kind of elf kind of character with the ability to phase and to project beams of energy in one direction at a time. And so he completely changed. One of the things that's a mystery for him is he doesn't even know how he got there. He has no memory before just maybe 10 years before the comic book starts taking place. And so he's another one who, so I think he probably changed the most. The Huntress. So one of the things that I've done in my comic books is I've created sister races, I call them. So they're species that are basically human and animal hybrids that live in pocket dimensions that are still part of the world. So you can get to them from the world, but they can't be seen unless you go through a certain way, And one of those characters was originally the Huntress, who was, basically had similar powers of to Vision, who, so basically what I did was I took all my favorite characters and I just made them, and in the beginning, I just made them, a new name, basically.
Yeah. So
Vision, minus the ability to shoot any kind of solar power, but density powers. And I changed that to a monkey woman with the amazing fighting skills and and just completely different, but still filled the same role in the story.
So would you say that your team is the team name Project Valhalla?
Well, it's funny because there's so much backstory to this, because like I was telling you, my fascination with Tolkien and his ability to create a world that goes so far beyond what you're seeing in the actual story was really what started to change the way that I was telling the story. So we have a story that's set in basically present day, but it's going back thousands of years to lead to this point. Basically, Project Valhalla is actually the second team to be called Project Valhalla. The first one was a government-led organization that collapsed with some kind of conspiracies that we'll get into as the story goes. But this is the second one, and what they do is they basically, when they realize that they can get together, some of these characters who had been some of these people that had been in the previous the previous Project Valhalla, decide to model this one after them in a certain way. And so it's actually a two-front organization. It's a scientific division, and it's the super powered kind of strike force in a sense, but not really. So it's an overarching organization, but yes, they are considered Project Valhalla. Does that make sense?
Would you? No, that makes perfect sense. I like that. To me, it kind of like I hate when someone gives me an idea and then I say, "Oh, well, it sounds like this," because you never want to tell someone, "Oh, you've stolen something," because that's not how I feel at all. It's just that at the end of the day, there's only an infinite or a finite number of ideas, so obviously something will remind you of another. It kind of reminds me a little bit, just the name idea, Project Valhalla. It reminds me a little bit of the Watchmen, because there's kind of the old Watchmen and then this new team that sort of came up. So
I mean, I could see where you're going with that. It's a very different story.
So it's like.
But I mean, in the sense, I think that any story, any art is influenced by the art that came before it, right?
Yeah.
I always like to say I went to grad school for creative writing, and I used to joke that when there was a Roman orator named Ovid who said, I think it was Ovid, who said every story has already been told, and that was 2,000 years ago. So so if that's the case 2,000 years ago, I think we only got so many. We've got only so many stories that.
And there's over 300 comics on Kickstarter alone right now. So yeah, a lot of those stories have definitely been told. So when we're talking about your team, would you say that they're more of, and it sounds like to me they're more of like, say, a cosmic level team, or is there a street level to them, or are they somewhere in the middle?
I feel like every great superhero team has aspects of both. You have street level, and you have kind of your cosmic entity, and you have the strong guy. You have you have your archetypes within every single.
Yeah.
And one of my biggest influences not for the characters themselves, but the way that the characters interact with each other and the way they're created was John Byrne's Alpha Flight, the original Alpha Flight. And why? Because they were so incredibly different. All those characters, even though they were based on like kind of Canadian, stereotypical things, they really were completely different. So when you saw them together, it just looked like, why are all these people together? And that is what I want Project Valhalla to be. I want people to look at this team and be like, how did they get together? Because each of them, because I spent so much time kind of developing these characters' background stories, even before I started telling the actual storytelling, each of these characters could really exist on their own. They all could have their own comic book, and it wouldn't feel like, why is this character, why are we bothering with this character?
Yeah, well, and that speaks to the work that you did behind the scenes to kind of build their backstories and all that. So that's smart, and that's really cool. Kudos to you on that, because that's important. No, it's very important work, man. It really is. So is there a team that you would love, if you had the chance, any team inside of comics, outside of comics, whatever, that you would love to be able to see Project Valhalla go up against, and you think they would really give them a good run for their money?
Oh, that's a good one. You put me on the spot.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
I think about the original team that fought the Doom Patrol.
Okay.
With what were their, there was a whole team of them, and one was like the Brain, and the other one was Monsieur Malat, and all those characters. That one, I think they'd be kind of interesting as bad guys because they were so random, but yet they were just so they were so interesting. They were such interesting characters. That definitely would be a group that I would think of that I would like to fight. But also, I really love I would love to see them against the Legion of Superheroes.
I gotta say, sitting down and chatting comics with you is great because you are all over the frickin' cosmos. 1 second we're talking about freaking Quasar and then we're into all of a sudden we're into Alpha Flight, and then it's like, oh, what about this random team that Doom Patrol was faced?
But you know what I'm talking about, right? The Doom Patrol's original bad guys, like back the 4 of them. Like in the 60s, 70s plays.
I was not a big, I was never a big DC guy, but I love that you love all that and that you're all over the spectrum where that's concerned.
I'm definitely more of a Marvel guy. If you have to, if I have to put one above the other.
You had to pick one, gun to the head,
But I did like the Doom Patrol because they were just weird, and I just identify with weird, and I have to accept that that's just part of who I am,
Well, and so it sounds like, and I'm talking to Lyle's here, Lorena's here, Make Two guys. So good to see all you guys here right now. I guess one of the pitches for Project Valhalla then would be, if you like weird, this is probably the book for you.
Yeah, if you like weird, if you like characters that just have a lot of depth to them, if you like a story that seems like it's going in one direction but really ends up going in an entirely different one. I don't know. One of the other things that was an influence for me was the sci-fi show Babylon 5. The way that had that that 5-season story arc, where it was the characters were involved in it. They were having their skirmishes and their kind of street level stuff going on, but then the overarching story was going on. If you like that kind of stuff, this is going to be a great comic book for you,
dude. All right, so guys, you know how we do it every week. This is that moment where Chuck sits down and he chats with you guys there in the comments. Mark is here. This is his first book, Project Valhalla. We would love for you to check it out. Like he said, it's a really cool, weird superhero team that you just have to check out. Thank you so much, JD. I appreciate you, man. So what I ask is, because this is his first book, so he wasn't, obviously, prizes aren't going to be the same as normal. He did bring, though, you've got some stickers, so you're going to send them like a little pack of stickers.
Sure.
And for our winner tonight, and you guys get a Project Valhalla sticker. So what we ask for that, guys, as always, is please support Mark, especially since this is his first Kickstarter. Share it around. If you'd like it, jump on and get the book. If you know people who would like it, send it their way. Share it on your socials. Please show it off as much as possible. Because you know what? These ideas, he was just saying, guy's 53. The idea came to him when he was 12. So it's a 40-year-old idea that he has sat and sort of ruminated on and brought out. Oh, see, Hydrocilum. Thank you so much, Jay. It says shared to the Hydrocilum page and my personal page. Good luck. You're so close. I would love to see us. How much money do you need to get to 100% right now?
So I'm at 98. $200 maybe. But
all right.
What I'm hoping for is to get to that next stretch level, so I can start thinking about making issue 2 or
of course,
website or things like that. So all of these are anything I can get is going to be amazing.
Oh, so Stevie B said Brotherhood of Evil was the villain team.
Yes, that's
Mark mentioned. Personally, I would have picked the Inferior 5 as a team to face off against.
I do. I love the Emerald Empress. She's like one of my favorites. So yes, I will give you that. I will give you that. That's probably a really good one too.
We already got connections. No, go ahead, man.
No, I was just gonna say. So this sticker is actually the logo for the comic book. So so that's what you're gonna get. It's design. Joe, who did all the art for me, designed this as a coin, but it's actually the logo for the team. So
Joe, who is an awesome artist, by the way, guys. You have to check out his stuff. I loved working with the guy. He was so great to work with. Hey, Rayla, what's going on, girl? And yeah, I loved working with him. And every once in a while, I would, you're an editor. Your job is to catch something. And he was so cool about, oh yeah. Like I would tell him, hey man, why is this car going this way this time and that way that time? And he's like, crap, cool, thank you. I can change the dimensions real quick on that. Perfect, And so just stuff like that. He was always so open to. He just wanted the book to be awesome, and I love that about him. I loved working with him. He was. I always worry when working, especially as an editor to an artist, because like I'm not, especially it's a freelance editor. I'm not your boss. You as the writer, the creator, you're the boss. And so having to tell an artist, yeah, I noticed this thing. Is there something we can do? He never made me feel like I was any kind of problem. And he always was super helpful. So yeah, you've got a wonderful team, man. Congratulations. It looks like it's going to be actually awesome.
I hope so. Yeah. I mean, I'm so excited about it. The one thing I did want to say is, because it was so near and dear to me, and so I was so deeply invested in this creation, I needed to have an editor like Aaron and an artist like Joe, who were going to kind of say, well, that may make sense to you because these characters, you know everything about them, but is that telling the story the way that it's going to be enjoyable for a reader? And most of the time the answer was yes, but there was definitely times where I needed a pair of eyes. So this was definitely my creation, but it was a team effort all the way, and I couldn't have done it without those guys. So
yeah, and you know what? Absolutely, that I totally feel you on that, because these are your babies, and so you gotta hire some jerks who don't mind killing your babies,
or at least like cutting their hair when they need it.
Yeah, exactly, right. Oh, I love it. His hair looks so cute. Well, that's great, but he looks like a ragamuffin. Let's get that taken care of. We need to be able to take this kid out in public, dude. Mark, thank you so much. We're gonna head out into a break. Please feel free, if you want, to stick around and hang out with us as we do trivia for the next half hour. By all means, you can either hang out here with me and we'll chat while we do that, or you can hang out in the comments. However you like, feel free. But guys, please make sure to check out Project Valhalla now on Kickstarter. Share it around, show it off, and if it's for you, pick yourself up a book. Mark, dude, thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it, man.
I just want to also put out that I have a Facebook page, Project Valhalla, too. You can check out if you want to, too.
Yeah, dude,
this
guys,
has been great. Thank you.
Oh, absolutely. So glad to do it, man. And definitely, if it's time for issue 2, hit me up. If we can't have you on here, we'll get you somewhere.
Great. Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely. All right, guys. So Project Valhalla, make sure to check it out. And in the meantime, stick around because we've got more Triple T right after this.
Some comic live streams seem like they're just throwing everything at the wall. Hey, you want this unknown comic? Here, how about this boring one? Found this one in a rain gutter, give me some money for it. I know this looks like a rotting sandwich, but I swear it's a comic. Pay me! But with Comic Collectibles, we know you don't just want comics, you want the right comics. You want rare variant and incentive covers, vintage books in pristine condition at prices you won't find anywhere else, and truly unique hand-drawn cover sketches by some of the most amazing artists in the business. Join Rex and his rotating cast of co-hosts live from Dynamite Entertainment headquarters for a carefully curated roster of comics that you'll only find here at Comic Collectibles. Every Monday at 6 and Wednesday at 7 Eastern Time. Part of the experience. Imagine being at a convention and going to an interview panel that's just for you. No bustling crowds, no hours-long lines, just you, the moderator, and your favorite comic book creators. Well, this is pretty much that. Miss Jen sits down every week with 2 comic book creators for a live stream interview about their latest work, and you can ask them whatever you want. It's Talking Shop, Mondays at 5 Eastern on The Experience, Comic Culture and Sales.
We know you probably get a lot of emails, but could you please make sure to sign up for our mailing list? We don't send a lot of emails, and we try not to bother you. We just want to give you the best information about all the cool stuff that's going on around here. Sign up on our website, theexplive.com.
You make this rather snappy, won't you? I have some very heavy thinking to do before 10 o'clock.
And we are back. So good to see you guys. Look at everybody chatting and hanging out. Kenneth, Jay, Make Two, Phil, Rayla. I'm going all the way to Stevie B. Everybody's here. It's so good to see all you guys. Wendy.
Starlord.
Pardon me?
Starlord just hopped in.
Oh, okay. What's going on? Yeah, all the good people. You guys are all here for some awesome trivia. We've got that little sticker pack that we're going to be able to give out to our winner tonight. Wendy, how are you doing? You able to get over your woes?
No.
No.
I can put them on hold.
No. I'll bitch about them later. You know what, though?
I gotta get back into all my Google stuff.
You know what, though? I love that about you. And you and I tend to be people who are like, when I go to work, all that home stuff has to stick around. And when I'm here to have a good time with you guys. Doesn't mean I have to be fake. We can be a little like, man, today sucked. But we can also make some fun of it, which we have, and move along. So are you in the mood to have some fun with these people and give them some trivia?
Yes.
Oh, Rayla needs some stickers for her shiny new laptop. I
need a shiny new laptop.
Wendy needs a shiny new laptop for her stickers. Oh, that's great. Much love to you, Ken. All right. I had some leftover questions from last week because we only got to 8 of them. Yeah. This time, though, I think we have lots of time. So why don't we get to question number 1?
All right, sounds good to me.
All right.
All right, number 1. What is the only state in the U.S. that only borders one other state?
What is the only state in the United States that only borders one other state? That's a good one. Did you try to?
Several times.
Definitely not Utah. Utah, I think, borders at least 4. What else we have? Not Vendetta. Utah. Okay, and this is where the copying other people's answers goes wrong. Not Idaho, not Rhode Island. Actually, I don't think Rhode Island borders anything.
Yeah, it does.
It's an island.
No, it's not.
Oh, I don't know. I've never been there. Not Alaska. It borders Canada, okay. Not Iowa. All right, so. To help out, it's in the northeast.
Now, Hawaii and Alaska don't border any other states.
Isn't it where a lot of the New Yorkers go to vacation?
Probably.
Not Nebraska, not Hawaii.
Wrong side there, Rayla.
Yeah. Northeast. So we're talking
there we go.
Okay. Did we get one? Okay, we did. Yeah.
Yeah, spelling doesn't count.
No. And
right.
So
there we go.
Make Two gets the 1 point or the 3 points, sorry, and Steve Vendetta gets the 2. It is Maine. That's correct. Nicely done. See, look.
I believe it's Vermont or Connecticut that it
Make Two was excited. Was like, I'm excited to copy everyone's answers. But look, right away, first answer, they get it right. Way to go! Yay! Do we have a question number 2, or do we have several question 2s?
Well, I guess technically we had 2, but I had to change the numbers.
Okay,
Now it's just 1.
that's fine.
All right. Number 2. California just raised the minimum wage for employees of what type of business?
I found that kind of funny that they were raising minimum wage of one specific type of business.
Yeah, you didn't tell me it was just that specific.
Yeah. Finally. Oh, dude. Lorena, are you from California? Because you jumped on that one quick. Lorena gets the 3 points right away. Stevie Boo. Hey, Stevie Boo. Stevie B gets the 2 points. Fast food restaurants. I think next they need to do that with Walmart.
Retail.
Big time retail, but Walmart. I'm just saying, not a fan. I remember Walmart talking about record-breaking profits, and then also trying to get people to help get their people food stamps. And I'm like, are you serious?
Yep. I knew a couple other businesses like that.
I think that's Stevie Jr., so Stevie Boo would be a good nickname. I'll remember that for next time. So yeah, fast food, $20 an hour, dude.
We live in the wrong state.
We do. When I go back to Canada, hopefully I can get me a McDonald's job and live like a real man.
Just in case any of you are not aware, the minimum wage in Texas has not risen since 1997. I think it is. It is still $7.25.
Yeah. Yep. Now, a lot of businesses have had to pay more, but it's like the government's just like, look, they're already paying more. We don't have to raise the minimum.
Like I would say the minimum now, like most businesses will not pay less than 10 an hour, but they could. They wanted to, they could pay $7.25.
Certainly they could.
You know which business does, and I'll call them out. Dollar Tree. $7.25.
She's mad, folks. She's mad. I love your anger. Keep it up.
Yeah,
your anger is a gift.
as a retail manager, and I was a manager at Dollar Tree, I saw my employees struggle.
Yeah.
And they worked hard. It wasn't fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Way to go, Rayla. That's solid. Lorena, Jason's we're bad like that. Nah. Also, any movie theater, they pay the absolute minimum in whatever locality. I did not know that. Thank you, JD. Good to know.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Well, and you know, they're definitely not tipped.
Yeah.
Like,
no.
I'm seeing more and more fast food restaurants, which I'll be honest, I don't tip at fast food. Call me out. I don't care. I don't do it. But yeah. Wish I was born this decade to make that kind of money. But Kenneth, being born when you were
Gen Z?
Yeah, there's a lot. You'll be making more money, but in actuality,
not really.
Yeah.
Inflation. All right. And cost of living and stuff. Okay.
Yeah. But we could get off on this rant forever.
Yeah, we could talk. We could do a whole show on that.
Right? The minimum wage show next week on Triple T. So why don't we go to question 3?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. The Last Supper occurred on what Jewish holiday?
Okay, that's insane. Jay worked at a grocery store for almost 22 years and never made it to $17 an hour. That's messed up. Like by 22 years, you should be like managing sections. And oh man, look at you guys jumping on this one right away. The Steves have it. On mine, it's showing Stevie B first, and then Vendetta right behind it. But everybody, dude, right behind was Rayla. Yeah, Yeah, let's go away from California. That's why I like hanging out. Yeah, Passover. That's correct. That's absolutely correct. And that was an easy one.
Yeah, we throw those in
You
every
want us
once
to
in a while.
take your money now and then go back to the 60s. You'd be loaded. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you'd be ridiculously loaded. That's true.
Yeah. Well,
See-
not if you're only making $10 an hour, if possible. Well,
You know-
no, that's not true.
You know what's nice, though, is that we could take our money in Canada and go back. Well, actually, we couldn't now because it's all plastic.
Yeah.
It's that weird colored plastic. But we could take it back, and it still has the same queen on there, so they'd be fine with it.
So, you know what's funny? I just realized. So, when I was 18, the minimum wage was $4.15 an hour. That's what I was making, working fast food. And I now I work retail, and it's what, 30 whatever years later, and I don't even make 3 times that.
Jeez.
Oh no, I do. Just barely.
Just barely?
Yeah.
Hey, Kenneth. Good to see you, buddy. But enough groveling
Yeah.
anger about money. Question 4?
About wages.
About
not
wages.
money. All right. So, number 4. In the millions of pounds,
Oh, yeah.
what is the average annual lobster yield in Maine?
So, how many, in the millions of pounds, how many? Let's rage! Lorena, you are my kind of gal. I love it. That's why I said to Wendy, your anger is a gift, because that's from Rage Against the Machine. Yeah, okay, so
Millions of pounds.
in the millions of and I wasn't seeing myself on the screen for a second there. 3 million, 4 million, way more than that, guys. 5 million, 11 million.
Oh, yeah, y'all are way
low, way low. She says millions, but or in the.
More, Rayla.
I did freeze for a sec. Yeah.
All right, guys, y'all are still way off.
20 million, 50 million, times 2. 33, 42, still going up. We're about to get some more answers. 47. Nope. I believe we're going to get some right answers soon. Oh, look at Steve Vendetta. A gazillion. Steve Vendetta gets the right answer. And we're going to give it to Stevie B?
Well, no, because Mate 2 actually gave the right answer.
All right, cool. 100 million.
That's a lot of lobster.
$1 million. That's right, Lorena. 100 million pounds, right? Of lobster.
Yeah.
And I know that probably excites a lot of you, but that kind of makes me sick because I freaking hate seafood.
I'd be excited about it as long as they're already shelled when I get it.
Oh, yeah, you don't like to work for it.
No, I don't like to work for my food. Just give it to me.
She's the same way with ribs, folks.
Oh, no,
5
ribs is a
chuck
little
bucks.
different.
Pardon?
Ribs is a little different.
Well, but that's because ribs, when done right, they fall apart.
Yes, exactly.
But if they're not falling apart, you're not having it. You what?
You got to do a break.
All right. That's a good call. See, that's why I love having 2 producers. I have one to do the super logistical work that I could never do, and then I have another to remind me, Chuck, you need to shut up. Others have to talk. Why don't we let them do that on this break, and we'll be right back with more questions and a winner after this.
Ask your local comic shop to add Battle Quest comics to your pull list today.
You make this rather snappy, won't you? I have some very heavy thinking to do before 10 o'clock.
Wow. Wendy just told me there's 2 points separating first place from third place.
And there's a tie for second.
And there's a tie for second. So, guys, it is tight. It is when Rayla says, my bet is, you can bet all you want, but it is a tight game, and we still have 6 questions to go. So let's do it. Let's see who can win this bad boy. Wendy, question 5.
Number 5. Actress Angie Harmon has alleged that her dog was fatally shot by an employee from what food delivery service?
Dude, that was messed up. That was very messed up. I have an M beside my name, and it looks like a glowing red eye. Oh, okay, yeah. Dude, you're up there, Bank 2. You're up there. I think you're in second. Not Uber.
Well, we already got an answer.
We do have a correct answer, but we just need a second one. Not DoorDash. I'm still a proud Dasher. No, okay, guys. You're picking restaurants, but it's not. It's actually a delivery service. So like DoorDash or Uber Eats, but it is in fact Instacart. So what is that? Stevie B got it, and then Vendetta got the 2 points. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Instacart. So don't do that, especially if you're in the area. Do DoorDash. Chucky will come to your door. He'll ask you some trivia and give you some food.
That you paid for.
That you paid for, yeah. But tip good. Instacart is my jam, but I do not go into a yard that has dog toys in it. Yeah. Yeah, I feel you there. Yeah. That's the smart way of doing it. And I mean, you can always just leave it at the
fence.
At the fence, yeah. I've never even heard of that actress. I think she was from like one of the legal ones. I don't know.
Yeah, she was on LA Law, I think.
Yeah, probably. Anyways, question 6?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Which Avenger currently hosts a symbiote?
Ooh, when I found this out, I got very excited. But yeah, which Avenger currently hosts a symbiote? And it's one of the classic Avengers. Like, it's an old school Avenger, so you don't need to know everybody who's in the new squad or anything. I wouldn't even know. Not Vision, but that would be cool. A symbiote Vision. Oh yeah. Hulk would be messed up. Not Thor, not Spider-Man, though. I mean, obviously, at some point, he has been.
But not currently in the comic.
Not Iron Man. Not Ant-Man.
Can we get a hint that it's a female?
We could give it a hint that it's a female. Absolutely, we could do that. Are you sure we want to do that, though?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
I don't know. I think we should talk about it more. Not Captain America, not Darth Vader. Make 2. I don't think you copied that from anyone, did you? Not Wasp. That narrows it down a lot. Not a lot of early female Avengers.
Not Wanda.
Not Wanda either.
That would be scary.
Really? Yeah, big time, eh? Ooh, a symbiote Hex. Not Jane Foster.
She's associated with a color.
She is associated with a color. That's true. And her actress can play any race. Oh, look at you guys jumping on that one now. What do we get? Stevie B first?
Yeah.
Stevie B and then Rayla right behind. That's right. It is Black Widow. Dude, take a look at that cover too, man. Venomized Black Widow looks freaking cool. I'm glad you like that, Lorena.
All right. We're running behind.
Question 7?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right. Number 7. What movie franchise, based on a book and started in 1984, just released the second installment of its remake in February?
I mean, just look at the movies that are out now. But yeah. What movie just sci-fi franchise just got a second movie, and it's a remake? Right away. Yeah.
Well, I knew it was going to be easy.
Yeah. Vendetta and then B?
Yep.
Vendetta and then Stevie B. Dune. That is correct, my friends.
Yeah, but it's
Dune.
already out of our theater as of tomorrow.
I know.
Stupid.
Well, we'll find a way to watch it, Wendell. Maybe you and I will go watch something else next week. Spaceballs, the quest for more money. Yes! I was really hoping they were going to try to make another one. Question 8, Wendy?
Yeah.
Or 9?
8.
Go. Go for it.
Number 8.
Please.
Who was the first supervillain that Spider-Man fought in the comics?
By the way, Wendy, Lorena's been hilarious tonight. Give her an extra point.
Okay.
She gets a funny point. She's had me laughing.
Okay.
Still waiting for Potfest.
This is going to be her last question.
Not Vulture. Not Sandman. Okay. Has not yet appeared in the movies, though I wish he had because he's cool. I've never heard of not Crocodile, not Doc Ock,
Mysterio, no.
not Mysterio. He was in the yeah, because they haven't been showing him a lot and stuff, but he was in like the original Spider-Man cartoon. He was in a fair amount. Oh, we do have someone who got the correct answer. Not Craven. Not Sleepwalker. Pillow Panta. I don't know who that is, but not Rhino.
There we go.
There we go. So it was Vendetta and then V or B?
Yeah.
It was the Chameleon, which I would love to see Chameleon as a supervillain in a movie. We have the technology to do that really well. I mean, they did Mystique. I think he'd be great. I don't know enough about him, but you could certainly have some fun with that character, I'm sure. Was that our last question, Wendy?
Yeah.
Okay, we're only going to do 8 this week, but we that means that we can just bring him in next one. But remember, everybody, please check out Mark Bateman's Valhalla, Project Valhalla. What, Wendy? Are you frowning? Oh, okay.
No, I'm not frowning.
Oh, okay. Project Valhalla on Kickstarter right now. Make sure, again, to give us all your information so that we can send you your stuff. I know that I spoke to, who was our guest last week?
Connie.
Oh, to Connie, and those will be sent out very soon because I believe their Kickstarter's just about to end or just ended.
I think something like that, yeah.
So, yeah, Wendy, do we have a winner?
No, we don't.
No way. Do we have a tie?
We have a tie.
Oh, that's awesome. Is it B and Vendetta?
Yes, it is.
That's hilarious. Way to go, Rayla. Okay, we have 2 questions left. Why don't we ask a tiebreaker?
Yeah, we can do a tiebreaker.
Let's do a tiebreaker question. Pick one of those. It'll be our tiebreaker. Everyone can answer, but we're only going to take the answers of Stevie B and Vendetta
Yeah, the Steves.
to see who wins. So,
All right.
go, Wendy.
All right, really quickly, here's the tiebreaker. What is the most popular destination for Americans traveling abroad?
It's a city, right?
Yes.
So, what city is the most popular destination for Americans traveling abroad? I love that. Rayla read again. My money's on Steve or Stevie B. Yeah, well, good. Your money did good. What do we got so far? Not Paris, not Rome, not Cancun.
All right, we got a winner.
We do have a winner, and we won't be waiting for this. The 2 point. Stevie B got it with London. London, England is the biggest travel destination abroad for Americans. So Stevie B, you won those. Congratulations. You really rocked out a bunch of answers there. Vendetta was like really thoughtful, and you just shot him out, and you won, man. London. Congratulations, everybody. Thank you so much to our guest today, Mark Bateman. Please make sure to check out Project Valhalla. Sounds like it's really going to be cool. And it's only 2% away from being funded. So I travel my broads in country. Do you, though? Do internet broads count? Thank you guys so much. They have to, because I married my internet broad. Thank you guys so much from us here at the EXP. Wendy Gale, my dude JD, I am Chuck, and because no one swear, I give a fuck. See you guys next week, everybody.
Twitch, it's not just what happens when you have too many energy drinks anymore. Check out our content over there too.